I don't. I didn't really. That's not the first thing I thought of as a relief. I don't know if that's the correct observation. I think I actually didn't feel that I played my best tennis. I didn't feel that it was a very high quality match, but I feel that I did everything I had to do in order to win it, which is sometimes the most important thing. But I mean, when kind of my serve let me down, not having any first serves in the first set, that was something that helped me a lot in the second set. I think she was kind of shocked that I was able to get a first serve in, so I think that helped me a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I was competitive. I was there. I was aggressive, even though I was missing some shots, missing quite long and wide at times. I just kept going for it, kept being aggressive, and yeah, and just staying in there.
Maria, Flavia's looking ahead to your round of 16 with Flavia. It's been so long since you played, but she did get a little bit of trouble at the U.S. Open when you were pretty hot at the time, too, after winning Cincinnati. Is there something about her game that is tricky for you?
Yeah, it's been a while since we played, but as you said, I've always had really tough matches against her, a couple of tough losses in my career. So it's a match that I actually look forward to very much. Since we haven't played in a while, I'll try to erase the memory of having that loss and just try to create a good new one.
Maria, you hadn't played against Vika since quite a long time before this match. Anything you found, different or on her level?
I mean, I think it's just great to see her back healthy and playing at a good level. It's been a while since. I mean, she's had a few comebacks last year, but it seems like she's back on track now and has had some good wins already this year, good results, and I think when you don't play for a while against someone, you get reacquainted to their game. I think that's kind of what happened in the beginning. We held our serves pretty well, but I had to save a few break points in the first 3 service games, but I don't think there are too many surprises.
Maria, to use American terminology about this match being a quote-unquote popcorn match,
Did you enjoy your popcorn?
I didn't have any.
No. Oh, you didn't have any?
No, cheesecake instead.
Oh, that's a better option, actually. I quite like cheesecake.
But the question is that, do you take much note of those sorts of hype issues, or is it just business?
I mean, I think I know that everyone always looks forward to matches where past Grand Slam champions face against each other, former number ones. That's certainly no secret, and it's matches that I look forward to as well. And you're bound to play. I mean, she's been out and hasn't won too many matches last year, and that's the reason she's only seeded 32 and ranked whatever it is. But that's not what we focus on, and I look forward to the matches. And if it's second round or third round, quarters, I mean, quite honestly, what is the difference really?
Players often say, I lost my focus here or I lost my focus there. It seems like you're focused 100% from first point to last. Is it something you're working on? Is it just the way you are?
I don't think I can agree that I keep my focus throughout the whole match. I think that's something that I always try to work on and I try to improve, because I think you have to be pretty realistic about just knowing that within the time that you're out there, maybe you're gonna have a few moments or have a few games where your concentration kind of lets go, or you make a few errors, or you just don't stick to the plan that you had that was working for you. And I always really work on that. I think that's really important, and I work on it. There's no better place to work on it than when you're out playing these matches.
Maria, besides you won the Australian Open. How does the start of 2015 feel to you, sort of performance, result, and ball striking wise?
I think fairly well. I think after disappointing championships, it was nice to have a break, to have a solid off season. That's always been important to me, to have the correct breaks and kind of regain, get the block where you work and you train and you kind of have this rhythm. And we travel so much and we go from tournament to tournament that sometimes you're overwhelmed and you never really give yourself a chance to kind of create a good block of training. And I think we did a good job with that. We spent some time in Florida, ended in California, and I went to Australia, and I think it was, besides losing the final of a Grand Slam, I think that was pretty successful. I've only played 3 matches since then. So, and Fed Cup was an incredible experience this year. I had a great time and 2 good wins, not in the easiest conditions as well. So I'm actually really proud of that effort, because it could have been very easy to just play 1 and not play the second. But I was so ready and motivated, and just had a great time. So yeah, it's been good so far.
Maria, some good drop shots. How many years has it taken you overall where you're saying, yeah, I could actually do it? I'm not just going to do it in practice.
24. Yeah. No, I'm serious.
But it takes a long time to do so. It wasn't like you were doing when you were 17, 18, doing that.
Yeah, I don't think I was doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think Robert Lansdorp really knew what a drop shot was.
Consistently.
I mean, I think it's something that you incorporate little by little, but you have to gain the confidence. And when you spend so much of your kind of growing up days and younger days where you form your game and your technique and the way that you play. I mean, I was hitting tons of balls out of the baskets and just drilling and always finding a groove and a rhythm, and kind of having the feeling of closing my eyes and hitting the ball. I never worked a lot on drop shots. I never worked too much on slices, and these are little things that I think I've incorporated much more in my game. Also, since I've started working with Sven, that's something, Sven and Diddy have really pushed me to incorporate those things, because you never know when you'll need it.
And volleys, I would imagine, too. You seem to be
A
more
little bit, yeah. Yeah, I think volleys, the backhand volley was always a little bit tough for me after the shoulder operation, because that was one of the toughest shots for me to hit after surgery. So that's taken a while, but with the few years that I've had, I feel much stronger on that shot. So confidence-wise, mentally, I know that I can come to the net, and I'm not afraid. Before, I was afraid to go out for that one-handed backhand because I felt like I could re-injure something again, but now I have the confidence of moving forward and not thinking twice.
I presume you had a bit of a training block after Fed Cup before here, so in terms of the things that you worked on there specifically, have you seen them pay off immediately in the first 2 matches, or is it pretty much business as usual, kind of carrying through what you did in Australia?
Yeah, it was interesting because after Fed Cup, I just tried to do everything I could just to be ready for Acapulco. It wasn't really a training block, and I thought that the training block would be after Acapulco, but actually getting sick there put me behind a little bit longer than I had anticipated coming from there. I thought maybe it'd be like a 1-2 day type of thing, but it actually lasted a little bit longer. So I started my real training where I did fitness and tennis every day, maybe a week after that, which I would usually start earlier, but that's the way it goes, and yeah.
Just talking about Fed Cup just now, it seems to have been a change of heart for you with Fed Cup, because invariably in the past you'd miss it, but you seem to really enjoying it and embracing the whole concept of it.
I don't think it's a change of heart. I think it's I've never actually negatively talked about my experiences of playing and being part of the team. I've always had a really great experience, but the scheduling and where Fed Cup is put on the calendar is just, whoever has put that in the schedule in the past doesn't think of Grand Slam semifinalists or finalists that are going deep in second weeks of slams that obviously need time to recover after and take care of their body and their mind, and to go out and to go from 100-degree weather. I mean, you never know where you're going to be, but to go from 100-degree weather. I mean, I was in Krakow, Poland. Silence. It was minus 15. You never, I was just being funny. It actually turned out great. I think I lowered my expectations, so the trip was amazing. But there's no one that is thinking about the schedule. And if this was something that happened every 2 years, on some sort of time slot where they actually had everyone in the same week playing against each other, or just a different format, it would be such a better event. And, my decision to play in Sochi I wasn't expecting to play the second tie. I really just wanted to stay home and get ready for the clay. But this year there's only 2 weeks in between, then Stuttgart and Miami. So I was like, what's the difference? And I'm playing in Sochi. There's not going to be many more chances for me to play there. So it's quite unique, and I really wanted to be part of it.